Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, guys. Interisti around the world. Here we are, me and my brother from Inter Worldwide. Obviously, Anthony joining me for a post-match live reaction. Obviously, Anthony woke up really early today. He was hoping that Inter would wrap up the title today with a W with 3 points. It wasn't to be. It wasn't to be. Another draw, two draws in a row. 1-1 in the end. Inter versus Spezia. Former Super League members Inter unfortunately couldn't get the win. Former Super League anti-fan, or what can we call you, Anthony?
I'm
How
just,
are you,
I'm
bro? How are
just
you?
going,
Thank you for joining me.
I'm just going with the motions with this current Netflix series that is football in the real world. It's absolutely
Same,
nuts
same.
and crazy, man. It's not the best result today, to be honest. Like I was actually planning to sleep through the game today, but I woke up at
You
about
probably could have.
10 past. Well, yeah, I woke up at about 10 past 4 to go to the bathroom, and I checked my phone, and I'm like, there's 2 minutes left and Milan are losing, and all this energy just came about me. I'm like, holy shit, if they don't win today, it drags it back another game. And if we win today, it drags it back another game. It can be done and dusted by today. But not to be, my bro, not to be. And I said it in my match reaction, which I just put up. We're probably going to look back at the end of the season and say this point against Spezia was a contributing point to us going all the way. It's just a little bit of unnecessary stress. But we are well equipped for this, bro. Some fans need to remember some of our last day theatrics on match day 38 under Spalletti, our
Boy.
seasons under other managers. I think the way that the fans have reacted this morning in some of their terminology, saying that, we were disgusting or pathetic. Sharma, tell the people that this Spezia side are no rollovers. You said it in your preview. I said it in mine. You said that they outplayed us last time, which they did. They outplayed us in the first 15 minutes today, and we just couldn't crack it. Well, we did, albeit offside by a couple of centimeters combined.
Oi, first of all, as you said, shouts out to Giacomo Raspadori. The guy, apparently he's a lifelong or
Uno di
childhood
noi.
Inter fan. Uno di noi, scoring 2 goals, the substitute against the AC Milan to mud them. And yeah, in the end, as you said, this reaction is probably uncalled for, because in the end of the day, thanks to AC Milan's loss, we've actually gained 1 point over them. So in
Yeah.
the end, it's not the end of the world, as Mo here says. 1 point is not the end of the world. Shouts out to Mo for joining as well. But yeah, guys, let's not overreact. No, it wasn't a great performance, but let me just pull up. I know I'm not a particular big fan of XG. Are you, Anthony?
Not really. I really don't think it tells much of a story, to be honest.
All right, but I'm going to pull it up anyway because I feel like it does tell a story this time.
Pull it,
Look at
pull it
that.
up, pull it
Look
up.
at that. 0.03 XG for Spezia, 3.27 for Inter, and the match finished 1-1. Inter had 20 shots on goal. Spezia had 1 shot. see ya, see ya. The tweet underneath. Let's talk about this, bro. That's the hot topic for this match. Samir Handanovic. We're going back to the beginning of the season. Is he dusted?
Bruv, that when that ball rolled into the back of the net, I just put my head in my hand and went, this isn't gonna take next season. This is not going to take next season. And I like him, I love him, I want nothing more than for him to lift the title. But hopefully that weeds out the last of the sentimental fairyland fans that really think that this guy is still starting material. I'm happy for him to start the first maybe 10 games next season in order to properly integrate our next goalkeeper, Anthony, level-headed today. Thanks, Mo. Some people don't think I'm level-headed in the chats, but that's all right, man. I really don't think Handanovic is up for 38 games plus European competition next season. We've had a good season under Conte where he actually hasn't had to face that much. He hasn't had to absorb as much pressure as he did in his previous couple of seasons. Next season, if we're going into the into the Champions League, facing much more attacking sides that aren't just going to sit back against Inter, I think Handanovic will start to slip and show even more that he's just not up at that top level anymore. And that's okay. That's okay from a personal point of view. What's not okay is being reactive as a club and showcasing that sort of, those shortcomings. Because a goalkeeper is a position where it's very easy to identify where you need to replace. And I've said this before, Sharma, bruv, like the only reason Liverpool had to pay 80 million for Alisson Becker is because Loris, his name, Karius, decided to embarrass himself in front of every football fan in the world in the Champions League final. And unfortunately, you can't run behind that. That game showed everybody that Liverpool need a goalkeeper just as much as they need oxygen. And they spent 80 million on Alisson and they won the Champions League and the league straight after that. We've got this huge luxury of being able to have our captain in goal, finishing this season strong, communication-wise. You know, we should be able to wrap up this title, but let's not be reactive. Let's not go into next season, because if we do start Handanovic and he has a really poor start to next season, that'll be the difference between forking out 30 million for a world-class replacement or 60 million for a world-class replacement. That's my point of view.
Yeah, the funny thing is, like with Handanovic, I feel like I've been mudded by him twice this season. At the beginning of the season, I was kind of, you know, I was thought he was fine for what he is. Like I thought, you know, I'm fine with him another season. I think he can do a job. Yes, he's on decline, but I think, you know, he'll be steady. He's experienced. And then he had a shaky start to the season, so I thought, okay, I was wrong there. This guy's dusted. And then the last, you know, we're 16 matches unbeaten now, and he's, you know, there was that 12 win streak that we had or whatever it was. You know, he was a big part of that. And I thought, okay, maybe I was right originally. This guy is ready. You know, he's okay to have. And now I feel like he's dusting me again. It's like these two matches is like the Napoli one. I kind of gave him. Well, I personally gave him the benefit of the doubt. I felt like, you know, it was a bit unlucky that De Vrij came in at the same time as he would drop the ball. But this one, you know, that is a save. Any keeper, you know, Provedel in their goal, he was making those saves he was making today, and you expect the Inter keeper to be making these type of saves. You know, that Farias shot was not anything special. It went under his hand. You know, I don't think was there even any deflection. I didn't think there was any deflection on it either.
No, I watched the goal back again, and I was discussing with Mo as the goal went in, because he was saying that Barella needed to close down a little quicker, and you know, obviously I defend Barella like I defend my wife. So, but then I've just watched the replay, and to be honest, Barella could have put a little bit more pressure on the shot, but as Mo said, it's still about 70% at fault for Handanovic, and the shot's just straight down the middle, man. At the end of the day, somehow, some way, keep it out, because those are the sort of goals we're going to keep conceding for the rest of the season. Lapses in concentration. It's got nothing to do with our tactical setup. Our style of play is designed for us to not concede goals at all. And we don't concede goals unless they are mistakes, unless they are stupid. We don't necessarily get beat on the break. Our defense holds down the line very, very well. It's just literally mistakes that are going to cost us from now on. So, look, there's one positive about today. I don't know if any fans want to celebrate, but we mathematically secured a Europa League spot.
We're in Europe.
Oh,
hey
man.
Hey, we secured. It looked like we secured that Super League spot, but then they took that away from us. So, you know, you gotta cling on to what you have.
That if we got 3 points today, it would have been what every fan needed to feel after the last 2 days. So, but once again, like at the end of the day, bro, we're not +3 or +4. We need to look at this season as a whole. We need to look at the last couple of weeks as, like, you know, I think this week Inter played 3 games for the first time since, well, for a while anyway. Remember, we've been playing 1 game a week, and we've just had to go Sassuolo. No. We just had to go Cagliari, Napoli, and Spezia in the space of 7 days. I'm pretty sure Verona soon as well. It's been a hectic last few games, bro. So I do think that, you know, once the Verona game is out of the way, we go back to 1 game a week.
Yeah, and this is, I think, this image, if you can see it, Anthony, is the perfect put it into perspective for Inter fans. Inter are the only team, or the team with the least defeats in their league this season. So less defeats than Bayern, Lille, Atletico Madrid, Man United, Man City. You know, just 2 defeats compared to all the other European giants. So, you know, that puts into perspective how strong this season has been, really, for Inter. Like, we've been, you know, that one match against the early derby that we lost, and then that stupid Sampdoria match we lost, and that's it. We have not lost many matches this season. Even in the Champions League, it was those 2 matches against Real Madrid, but in the other matches we didn't lose any of them. We just couldn't bloody score against Shakhtar. We couldn't, you know, get past their parked bus and aeroplane. So, puts it into perspective. If anyone's feeling quite negative from today, you definitely shouldn't. This has been a great season for Inter, and the Scudetto is going to be the little icing on top of that cake.
I'm
but
sure
before
Conte. I'm sure Conte. I was just going to say before you move on.
Yeah.
I'm sure Conte will keep them level-headed in this dressing room at the end of the match. I'm sure he will say, "Guys, you played well enough in that second half to win. You put the ball in the back of the net twice. Just take this sort of mentality, take this sort of drive through to Verona, who I think are only 2 wins in their last 10. After making sure that they are secure in a mid-table position, maybe a top 10 position for them. They've definitely dropped off, Juric and the boys. So let's hope that Conte and the gang can honestly just ransack that result, because honestly we're overdue for a nice win with a couple of goals or 3 or 4, bro.
Yeah. Before you go, I know you're gonna have to leave early. Let me just do your man of the match and like flop of the match. So let me just pull up the who scored, gave it to flop of the match, Handanovic. I don't think we're going to disagree with that one, are we? 4.9.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Handanovic for flop of the match, with Romelu Lukaku at a close second today. I just really think he's the type of player where if he's not focused or if he has a sloppy game, it really shows. It really shows.
Someone, Ahmad says, is that Lukaku's worst game in the Inter shirt?
In my opinion, it actually was, because it was one of those games where not only everything he touched turned to shit, it was even when he got the ball and he was like about to get mixed up in the play, he just didn't look coordinated at all today. I'm surprised he scored the tap. I'm surprised he scored that tap in, even though he was offside. I thought he missed.
that was Brikaku out there today. It was Timberland Lukaku out there today. The touch, everything was off.
That one-on-one and he tried to round the keeper and then didn't leave it for Lautaro. I'm like, man, what a calamity of shit incidences in 3 seconds.
And what about man of the match? I think who scored gave it to Lautaro Martinez here. What do you think?
I would strongly agree with that. That's one of the easiest man of the match decisions for me to make this season. Lautaro was great today, and he really, really deserved a goal, man. It was unfortunate that his second one was disallowed, because that was a Lautaro finish, that one right there, man. Right onto that far post, nick it into the inside. That was really nice.
Yeah. And did anyone from Spezia impress you?
Farias did. He was pretty good. But besides that, I think after they scored the first goal, it was just all about them nullifying our midfield as well. Like Barella had a shocking game as well today. Not like shocking, it's just really uninvolved as well. And when you're hustled out of the midfield that strongly, like what Brozovic was as well today, they were very ineffective. Today, our midfield was quite ineffective as well. Everything Shams was going down Hakimi. Everything today. Hakimi we had a good game today as well. Like, his crossing still needs to improve, but Hakimi, if there was going to be a player today, if we did win the match, then this match would look a lot better for Hakimi. The 1-1 draw kind of taints his game and his involvement, because in my opinion, he upped the ante a little bit today on the right.
Yeah, he could have had, he should have had the assist for the Perisic goal, but it was unlucky because obviously it got like a little deflection, so he didn't quite get it. And then he could have got another assist. But then he was offside. We had like 6 offsides today. I think the movement was very poor from the players today. Either we were too eager, or the pass was coming too late. Oh, we got a surprise man coming in. I'm sure everyone knows about Mo. He was right. He was in the chat 1 minute ago, and now he's here.
Hey, Anthony, I just first thank you so much for watching the goal again and realizing that for some reason, and I don't know why, Lukaku and Barella for the last 2 games, they have not been great. And it's something that I can't find what's the reason?
I have a theory. They have never won anything. They haven't won anything before yet. They don't know that they've still got a couple of extra stairs to climb to reach that summit. I really feel like some of these players are starting to get it in their head that I think we've got our first title, boys. I think our career is about to get its first proper accolade. But that job's not done yet. It will be done. The job will be done. It will be finished, because, as you said, Mo, this is still a point that means something. This isn't a game where we look at it and go, shit, we got nothing out of today. No, we got a point out of today because there aren't 14 games left. There are 6 games left. And what we did was we kept a 4-game buffer over our nearest rivals with our head-to-head. We would not be saying that if we lost today's game. 0 points today means it goes back to being a 3-game buffer, not a 4-game buffer. I know I'm sort of like clutching at straws a little bit here in specifics, but who's really going to give a shit at the end of the season when we are champions? I just think wrap this up by Roma, and we can be really happy, Mo. That's just my opinion.
What do you think, Mo? What about the Lukaku question?
Which question? I wasn't
Sorry,
here.
I think you asked. You were saying you were asking if Lukaku, why he's been a little bit off.
Yeah, I think for some reason it's the lack of goals lately. The lack of he's not getting a lot of chances. By the way, even the chance he got today was from a mistake. It was not from him turning, and sometimes players go through this dip of form where like the turn is not working, the defense is I'm sure these are professional players. These are not like the Sunday league, right? They watch before they play. There's a coach, a defensive coach that talks to the defenders and tell them he turns this way, he plays this way. And I think a lot of times it's not working. Today he tried to turn many times and it did not work, and it's frustrating him more than anybody else. And I'm sure about this. It's when something has been working for you and now it's not working, it's frustrating. As for that Coke glass is amazing.
Yo, Mo, thanks for tagging me in, man, but I'm going to go for work. So enjoy the rest of the stream, boys. Big up Sharma. Make sure you like and subscribe his channel. He's the man. Thanks, Mo. And we'll join you for Inter Worldwide soon. Ciao.
Yes.
Ciao, bro.
Ciao.
Yeah.
I just wanted to. I saw you. I know you're a level-headed guy, and I know that you think you're not irrational. You think calmly and stuff, but you didn't think that Conte today made the changes very late. Like it was very late.
Yeah,
what do you think?
It felt like Inter early on in the season, like creating a lot of chances, not taking them, and then Conte being frustrating with his changes. Yeah, too late, and then bringing Ashley Young on, and then Sanchez only had 10-15 minutes. But then you saw when Sanchez came on, he created like 3 or 4 chances. As soon as he came on, Sanchez, we know this guy. We know now he's our super sub. He's the one. He's really good when he comes on as a substitute. So he should have been brought on earlier, in my opinion. Some people were saying also Sensi, Sensi was left on the bench. I agree with you. I was a little bit left frustrated with Conte's decision making in terms of the substitutes as well. We just before you came on, Mo, we talked about Handanovic. Everyone's talking. Do you have any opinion? What's your thought? We gave him our top of the match.
No, this is another mistake. 2 games in a row, you can do that. Top goalkeeper. Yes, I cut him a slack last time we talked. You remember? And I said, every goalkeeper, every big one, even Ederson, Alisson, everybody makes a big mistake. But if you don't recover the next game, and I'm sorry, you're playing against Spezia. Yes, Barella did not close him down enough, but he gotta save this. Like this is why you're getting paid. This is, as someone mentioned, that he's the 3rd highest goalkeeper in the league, getting paid goalkeeper in the league. So you have to save this. Like this is 1 shot on target, and it's not even in a corner. Like it's not even in a corner.
No.
But also, bad. I wanna say something, and I want your comment on it. I had my halftime thoughts, and I said that the team, after we went behind, it looked like we're not ready to be behind.
Mm-hmm.
We came to the game with a plan that we're gonna defend and we're gonna play counter attack, and it's like we're gonna be ahead this game. But then when we went behind, there was around like 20 minutes when we did not have a clue about where to go from here. When they defended with everyone, it was disorientation. Everybody had a bad touch. The passing was off. Even though Conte was telling the players where to go, like the beginning of his reign, like you go up, you go down, like you pass here. Like I think we were past this. I thought we were past this. We're like the players now know what to do, but this is something. It's on Conte today that the team took 20 minutes to recover after they scored on us. 20 minutes before we even started playing our regular football and starting to give the ball to Lukaku's feet, and it was all individual. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I agree. It's like we're very mechanical sometimes, almost too mechanical. So the guys, yeah, everything is like pre-programmed. These movements, these things we do is like everything is done on the training ground. We're a very, methodical team. And like as soon as like as soon as the players lose a bit of doubt, or some doubt starts creeping into them, they kind of, they don't seem to have their own ideas. They always seem to be needed to be told what to do by Conte. It's yeah, it's a little bit worrying when you see things like that. Like I don't know if it's on Conte, like the players themselves should know, okay, Handanovic has made a mistake, now it's time to bounce back. But I felt like I don't think it was that bad in terms of the reaction. I felt like, the guys tried straight away afterwards. There was that run in behind from Perisic straight away. Yeah, but I agree with you. There's some, well, maybe it's like, the little complacency creeping in now, because this I've been saying for a while that it's been kind of an anticlimactic Scudetto run now. It's like first we were chasing, now we're here 10 points clear. Now it's like, the players are probably starting to drop a little bit, the intensity, the in the mind, they're not putting 100%, the focus is not 100%. So I feel like the heads are dropping a little bit. And in terms of Lukaku as well, someone was saying, I think he needs a little bit of a rest. He's been playing every single game, every single minute. We know Pinamonti is not is not Conte's choice, but if we're gonna make some money, at least like put him out there, let him get some minutes. He's still a Serie A caliber striker. He's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna be that bad if you give him 10, 15 minutes at the end of the match. Let Lukaku rest sometimes and get. He's a guy who needs a little rest. He's very physically. These big guys always take a little. Their physique just needs that. You can't play them 90 minutes every single week. It's not like Barella or Brozovic, these lean guys. You need to give a player of Lukaku's physique, some rest. Yeah, that's my opinion. What about Barella, bro? Barella's been having he's been like 4 or 5 games now. I feel like he's been having a stink. Well, not stinker, but by Barella standards, I feel
Yes.
like he's been very, very poor.
Yeah, he's not playing. He started very slow. It took him like 10 minutes or something.
Mm-hmm.
He's not so bad. Better, I know. He's not that bad. Like Barella still put a couple of tackles. He put a brilliant cross. And if Hakimi put his head to that cross, we would not have been here talking about Barella having a bad game. But it was past, I think it was Hakimi, Lukaku, and then Perisic on the left side. If any of them put more effort, I think we would not have been talking about Barella that bad. But I feel like Barella defensively is not the same Barella as the beginning of the season. What I'm seeing from Barella is he's thinking about moving forward instead of playing the box-to-box midfielder. Today, he was too high all the time, and he was very, very wide. We know that Barella plays wide, but he was actually more wider than Hakimi most of the time. Sometimes Hakimi would cut inside and Barella's outside. But that happened a lot today, not like before when we used to do overlaps and stuff like this. And I think Barella now is way focused on his offensive game instead of his defensive game. And that showed with the lack of effort to close that the shot, right? Last game, we talked about Perisic putting his body on the line against a shot at the end of the game, right? Against Napoli. Barella did not do this, which means the player does not think that my main role here is defensively. He's thinking, like I'm going to put a tackle. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it's okay because I'm not a defensive player. And this is what I'm feeling from Barella lately. And I know that this is something strange. Nobody would tell you what I just said, but it's because I play football and I played some football when I was younger in Egypt and stuff like this. And some players, we used to be yelled at. It's like, think about the defensive as much as the offensive. It's not only that you want to go and support Lukaku and Lautaro. And I feel it on Barella's. He always wants to go forward.
Mm-hmm. Well, apparently Conte is going on a rant on UEFA. Wow, I'm gonna have to listen to it afterwards. These words. I'm sure he's got some words to say.
I want to ask you something. I know you're a Premier League fan as well, like myself. You watch a lot of Premier League. For some reason, I'm not the coach of Inter, but I thought, and I kept saying that in the beginning of the season, that to give a rest for Lukaku, you'll have to switch to the other plan where Conte used to play at Chelsea, the 5 2-3 instead of 5-3-2, when we had one forward and two wingers, when he used to play Hazard and Willian on the sides and Costa in the middle. Sometimes Pedro would come in. I think as of now, since Perisic picked up his form a little, we have the personnel to do this. Alexis Sanchez played half his career as a winger in Barcelona and in Arsenal as well, right? So we can have Alexis, Lautaro up front, and Perisic on the left. So Alexis right winger. This can happen with Barella now and Brozovic, Sensi, Eriksen. We have a lot of midfielders, and I think we can do this. I don't know why Conte is very stubborn about this particular thing. He wasn't before. We used to play. He used to play 5-2-3 before, and that would give a rest for Lukaku, and that would give Lautaro a better opportunity to be the number 9 instead of being the support striker. What do you think about that?
No, I disagree. I don't think Sanchez, if you put him on the right wing, he's going to keep coming inside. At Chelsea it was different. Willian was like, that guy. He, 1v1. Work hard, and then on the other side it was Hazard. Like you need like proper quality. 1v1 pacey players. Perisic maybe a few years ago we saw against Hellas Verona. We tried to play that formation, the 3-4-2-1. It didn't work. Like Perisic looked so lost in that formation for some reason, even though in theory it should be better for him than playing wing back. But no, I disagree. I think we would need to bring that kind of, we were linked with, I think Papu, if we were linked with Papu Gomez, that kind of profile. Javinho we were linked with as well in the January, but luckily that didn't happen. But we need like proper, I think we need proper wingers, yeah. But I think that it's worth having a look at if we have if we do have something to spend in the winter, to have a plan B. I think that would be a proper plan B to have, like bringing on, this is not working, the 3-5-2, bring on another winger or bring on 2 wingers behind Lukaku, and then you can cause some havoc behind them and try to link up. So I think it's a good idea, but I personally don't.
I see your point. Actually, 2 older wingers, they might not do it for you. They might not do the one-on-ones and stuff like this. Just Lukaku has been not playing great lately, and I think I agree with you. He needs rest. Someone asked me if I'm worried about Scudetto, and someone asked you that. Are you worried about the Scudetto?
No, I'm not worried about the Scudetto. It's everyone. If I would be worried if people behind us were being consistent, but it's like no one seems to be wanting to challenge us. Atalanta now seems to be the best challengers, depending on the wait, where is it? We've got Ruslan Malinovsky who comes in here. Here he is. We're coming for you now. Thank you, Ruslan, for coming in. You're a busy guy, playing football, but you come into this live stream you're great left foot, by the way. Great goal against Juventus.
Oh yeah.
But no, I'm not worried, bro. What about you?
I'm not worried at all. Like, yes, when we have our interworldwide like chat and stuff, I think they're so worried about the Scudetto. We gotta do this, and I'm like, I support this team every day, right? And I've been like this since '98, and I was worried before, but 10 points with 6 games left with a head-to-head is it 10 points? Yes, with head-to-head now.
10 points. Yeah.
Yeah, with a head-to-head, it's too much to drop. I think if we drop that much, this is the biggest bottling job of like in the history of Serie A, right? Like this, it's never happened before.
It would be crazy, bro. It would be crazy. But we know, like, let's say if we had a different coach, if it was Spalletti, I could like kind of have like a half a thing that maybe it could collapse. You never know. But with Conte, I have like 100%. I'm willing to bet, a lot of money that he's not gonna let this drop. Someone's saying Hakimi is fasting. Maybe, that could be a little, reason for some of his, dips in form. But I felt like he was better today, Hakimi, compared to his previous matches.
Absolutely. No question. The runs, even he put a couple of good crosses. The assist for the goal was sublime. Even his assist for Lukaku when he was offside was right on the spot. He was not behind Lukaku. He was not in front. It was actually great. So the guy, I think today did his best. Got caught in the defense, but okay, I didn't even see Inter defending today. They had one shot, one on target goal, and then defended the whole game.
Yeah,
but.
What do you make of Badar's comment here? Is a working trend for marking Brozovic, but this is why we've got Eriksen now. Is that double pivot? Eriksen's most of the time now. Today he was deeper than Brozovic a lot of times. So
Yeah, I'm
that's the
gonna look
reason.
for the statistics today.
Yeah, you do
to
that.
see.
Also.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how much, because I thought Brozovic today touched the ball a lot. Still, he still did his job, which is connecting left and right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Saud says it's been a long season, especially with congested schedule. Everyone is gassed now, crawling over the line. We just need that little bit of juice. Fans in the stadium would help for sure. Yeah, I mean the fans would carry you definitely to the next. Is that's what I'm saying. I feel like the players a little bit, stumbling to the Scudetto now. It's they're not running to the Scudetto. It's kind of a little crawl almost. So
Brozovic has 107 passes today, which is, I think it's above his average. So I told you this before in the Napoli game. They marked him, but he was, I think after the Juventus game, he saw a lot of criticism about him not moving enough. After Kulusevski marked him, he was moving everywhere today, up and down, trying to connect the lines today.
Yeah. No, I think he had one of his typical Brozovic matches. There was some really good passes in behind. There were some of those passes he found, and then there were some silly passes that he makes a lot of times where you're just like, what? Like I saw Conte was moaning at him once for like playing too much. He was like, stop playing so much. Just go back to the keeper if you don't have options.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing with Brozovic. He's very mercurial, like up and down within a match. Like he had that crazy left foot volley he tried that went like Freddie Guarin style, went over the stadium.
I thought today something to continue to what you said earlier about the players themselves. I thought the decision making today was absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
In terms of taking a shot, like Lukaku's that final thing is like, that's not Lukaku's decision making that we know about. Like Lukaku would pass to an open guy, like he would know where the goal is.
You think he's going for that capo? He's going for that capo cannoniere. Maybe he's trying to challenge Ronaldo.
Probably, but it's 4 goals behind. It's too much. I'm not sure if Ronaldo scored today. I saw Alexandra score 2. I don't think Ronaldo scored today.
I don't think so.
Sure.
Yeah, and what do you make of Atalanta? Like Gerard said, he always predicted Atalanta. They're coming in hard. Who do you think is going to finish second?
Okay, this is my this is what I think is going to happen based on the run. I think is Inter going to be first, Atalanta second, Juventus third, and if Napoli win tomorrow, Napoli fourth.
Oh, was a Milan dropping out?
Yep.
Wow. I don't know, man. I've stopped doubting Milan. Okay, obviously today they lost.
I was gonna today, but I watched the game. It was
how was it? I missed it.
It was not great. Second half was not great. First half, to be honest, credit to Pioli. First half, he pressed. Sassuolo, they like to play a very passing game. He pressed them really, really hard, and they actually destroyed Sassuolo's game all the time. Berardi had no chance, but then for some reason, second half it was back to back to the no Ibrahimovic game. Like there is no leader on the field. Sassuolo played their own game, and they were able to create chances. And De Zerbi, I think, as they say, second half is coaching is a coach's half. He actually outclassed Pioli today in the second half. It was really good. So this is why I'm saying Milan, games like this is 3 points against Sassuolo home. You should, if you want to make top 4 now with everybody's coming at you, you should make these 3 points, because next week I think they play Lazio.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, it's not easy, and Lazio are hard now. Lazio are a tough team now to beat.
They are they're on a good run as well. So people need to watch out for Lazio coming in behind. Really, they're one of the informed teams, and they probably want revenge from that first match where they lost. In the last few minutes against Milan. That was a good match. Definitely gonna tune into to that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mo, only had half an hour today. Thank you very much for joining me. Who was your man of the match, by the way? Me and Anthony gave it to Lautaro.
For us, for our play, I think Lautaro played absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like really good.
Perisic made a good comeback to the team, I felt.
Yes, Perisic is. I think he played today really good. I don't know why Ashley Young came. Maybe he's tired. He's not
Yeah.
fit, but he was really good. He was making the run, but nobody was playing him in.
Yeah, he was getting frustrated with Bastoni. He kept seeing him like he made those really good runs behind the fullback, and Bastoni was going for the safe pass back. He's young. He'll learn. But yeah, thank you very much, Mo. 16 matches unbeaten. Guys, let's not panic. We still got this. Everything is in our hands. We got Hellas Verona on Sunday, 2 p.m. UK time kickoff. So it'll be an early one for you. Early one for you, Mo. Looking forward to that. Obviously, you guys will preview it. I will preview it. So we'll catch you guys for that. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Make sure you leave a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you for joining me, Mo. Any closing comments?
No problem. It is. Try to join us on Inter Worldwide. We're gonna have Uncle Sharma. Hopefully we'll work up the schedule, and then we'll have something about Serie A all over. We'll let you guys know. But thanks for having us. It was always great to chatting with you, and always great to answer your questions, guys. And make sure you always tune in.
Yes, thank guys. Make sure you always tune in. Check out Mo. He's got his Twitter handle on there, Muhammad Ali 77. So yeah, and you guys know where to find me. And I'll catch you for the next one, guys. Ciao ragazzi, forza Inter.
Ciao.